45 budgetary measures were on Monday afternoon announced by President Irfaan Ali, which the president says will form part of an emergency national budget. The budget will be presented during the second sitting of the National Assembly on Wednesday. Topping the list is a $25,000 for every household hit by COVID-19. The value-added tax to be removed from water and electricity, while pensioners will no longer be charged for water. Old age pensions being increased to $25,000 per month. Annual school uniform voucher increased to $4,000, while the cash voucher for school children will be reintroduced at $15,000 per year, among others.
To remove corporate tax on private education. We're hoping too that private institutions now can address issues of cost of education to children, because they will benefit now from the removal of corporate tax on private education. Then, in order to make healthcare more affordable and to support the expansion of the healthcare sector to become a foreign export earner potential, we're removing corporate tax on private healthcare. So we have the removal of corporate tax on private education and the removal of corporate tax on private health care. Again, to stimulate the economy, to ensure more people have access to loans, to ensure that more young people, young professionals, can benefit from incentives of owning their own homes. We have decided, in terms of mortgage interest relief, to increase the sum that will have the income tax relief or the tax relief to $30 million.
The president has also set aside $150 million for frontline healthcare workers. The ban on the importation of used tires and the importation of vehicles that are more than 8 years old will also be lifted.
Over the last 5 years, we have had tremendous increases in license fees, some by almost 500%. So the next measure will address this directly. Any license that was increased and renewed after the 1st of October 2020 would be reduced by 50%. So all those license fees that were increased by 300%, 400%, 200%, you will see that a reduction back to it by half, reducing those increases by 50%. In order to stimulate the logging industry, the forestry sector, and to help sawmillers, we're going to change the log export policy to allow sawmillers to now export logs. This would increase production and taxes.
The president plans in the emergency budget to reverse all of the land lease fees to assist the agriculture sector. VAT is also being removed from hinterland travel.
Rehabilitate and to bring back those estates into operation, recreating those jobs and supporting the economies in those areas where the estates were closed. We are setting aside $5 billion for budgetary support for GAISUCU directly.
Nightly News understands that the minister with responsibility for finance, Barra Jagdeo, will present the budget on Wednesday during the second sitting of the National Assembly.
We do not take our promises lightly, and therefore I'm so pleased that we've been able to, in such within a month of the new government, move to address a lot of these issues. The underlying philosophy of the budget will not depart radically from that of the manifesto. And what was that philosophy? That we wanted to return Guyana to a coherent economic policy.
Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.